We have great stories that come out of our programs at Planet Earth all the time, which is just wonderful. I'd say that I'm an optimist by nature myself, which I think, helps me to stay hopeful working in a field that can sometimes feel a bit bleak and sometimes feel a bit overwhelming. And before I just tell you about a few of our wins at Planet Earth, I just want to sort of share a sort of story of hope and optimism that I use to sort of anchor myself when I'm looking for hope and optimism amongst the work that we do and our wider sector. My children have a book called The Little Gardener by a woman called Emily Hughes. And it's a wonderful little story and beautifully illustrated, actually. It's just an absolutely beautiful book. And it's about this tiny little gardener. He's really tiny and he lives in a big garden. And the book explains that this garden means everything to him. It's his home, his food, and his joy. And he has this friend who's an earthworm that lives in the garden with him. And he works really hard to tend to this garden, but he's just too little and the garden becomes tangled and overgrown. But amongst all of that, he manages to grow one flower, which is a sort of single, magnificent, beautiful flower. And other people who are bigger than him see the flower and it inspires them to come and tend the garden. And slowly more people come until there's a team of people looking after the garden. And over time, the garden is beautiful and thriving once again. And so whenever I sort of feel a dip in my own optimism, I go and dig that book out of my children's bookshelf and remind myself that even though sometimes we might feel that we're too small to make a difference or that some of the problems we face in the world are overwhelming, we can, even a small group of people can catalyze big change in the world. And I see, the winds that come out of our teams at Planet Earth as flowers that are sort of blooming. And for each flower that blooms, it inspires hope in me and I think in my colleagues that those flowers may inspire other people to come and tend the garden and we'll see more and more flowers bloom. But I thought I could share a few of those stories with you of some of our recent wins if you'd like to hear some.
Absolutely. And I have to say, I'm never forgetting that story. That you put it so well, and it's a visual I won't be able to unsee, I'm pretty sure. So thank you for sharing that with us. I'm sure countless people can apply that to the things that they're doing, that they're working hard on, that they care about. Thank you for that.